So you want to buy raw vacant land in Washington State so you can build a house, but you have no clue where to start. I've been there. Hi, my name is Kyle, and I'm just trying to build a little house out here in the woods. And here are 5 things that I've learned so far. Number 1, zoning. In Washington, you can't just buy land and build anything you want. You want to look for residential zoning, like R5 and RA. So call your local planning department before you buy. Number 2, road access. This one's pretty straightforward. If your property has no legal way to reach the street, then no building permit. You need a road that meets county fire codes for emergency vehicles. Usually, this means 12 feet wide with an area for them to turn around. And some parcels are landlocked, which means they have no way to access the property because they're surrounded by forest or other parcels. Number 3, utilities. In Washington State, digging a well or installing a septic requires permits and approvals from the local health department. You'll need to order a perk test if you're installing septic or building a well. So if your property has no utilities, be prepared to spend more money on things like perk tests, drainage field plans, which you'll have to hire an engineer for, surveys, and site plans. If the property has no power source, you're gonna have to pay to have a power source installed and labor to install all these utilities. And it all has to be submitted to the county for approval. Number 4, permits. So you're thinking of clearing some trees? Even that requires a permit. And Washington counties protect wetlands, steep slopes, and critical areas. So always check for a CAO, Critical Area Ordinance. You can do this by checking the Geography Information System on your local county website, or GIS. Some land can't be touched until you complete an environmental review with the county. And to build a house, you'll need a building permit, which can be submitted by your builder, unless you're building it yourself, in which case, get ready for a bunch of paperwork. Number 5, financing. Land loans are a whole different game. In Washington, banks will usually require a 25% down payment for this type of loan. In the bank's eyes, building on raw vacant land is a much riskier loan, which means that the likelihood of a borrower defaulting on their loan is much higher. That means higher rates. Working with local credit unions, smaller banks, is oftentimes easier than working with big banks for this type of loan. And the bank will ask for a site plan, which you can get from an architect and engineer. The site plan simply tells the county and the bank where the house is going to go on the property, which way it's going to face, where the driveway is going to go, and where the legally required turnaround area is for emergency vehicles. And the builder will usually provide the lender with a timeline for how long they think it's going to take them to actually build the house. And if you're not going with a builder and you're building this house yourself, well, then all that paperwork is up to you. And remember, I'm just a guy trying to build a little house out here in the woods, learning all of this as I go. And if you want to build a house in Washington State on raw land too, then follow along and watch me make the mistakes so that you don't have to.